Growing ginger at home is easy and very rewarding. Let me show you how to do it. Let's go. Homegrown ginger is actually very easy to accomplish. Spring is the best time probably to plant it, so right about now to get it off to a good start. But as long as you're able to bring your ginger plants into the house in cooler climates, then you can really grow it any time of year. Now this ginger is all ready to plant, and it's the perfect way for me to show you how to pick ginger at the store. When you go to buy ginger at the store, you're going to find it in what are called hands. And the little sections off of it, people will call thumbs or sometimes fingers. Look for organic ginger because the non-organic ginger may have been sprayed with something to prevent it from sprouting like this. So look for organic ginger. You want nice plump roots, but if they're a little bit older and a little bit drier, and you do find that often with organic ginger because it's usually been on the shelf a little bit longer, that's still okay. You can still use it. Ginger is often called ginger root, this piece right here, but it's not a root, it's a rhizome. In the same way that an iris is a rhizome, the roots will grow off of here, little hair-like structures. But that's what you're looking for. That's all you need. You're gonna bring it home, you're gonna break it in pieces, you're gonna give it a day or two for it to heal up in the places where it's broken. And then the best thing to do next is to soak it in water. So these ginger rhizomes have been soaking for just a couple of hours. They were pretty well hydrated to start with. I'm going to plant them in a shallow, wide, well-draining pot with rich, loamy compost-filled soil because ginger is a really heavy eater. Be prepared to fertilize at least weekly. I use diluted fish fertilizer at least once a week to feed them all the time year-round. Remember, wide, shallow pots. This is actually an underground stem. So when you bury ginger, you're not going to bury it too deeply. You're going to almost surface sow it, just a little bit of dirt on top of it. I'm going to press these rhizome chunks firmly into the pot with an expansion room in the front of each piece in the direction that it's growing in. And the non-growing end I'm going to put right up against the edge of the pot wall. Another thing that you should definitely know about ginger is that it grows in one direction. So if you hold the rhizome and you see how the fingers come out on it, that is the direction it goes in. So when you plant ginger, you want to plant that part towards one end of your pot like this, because the ginger is going to grow out this way. It won't grow back. So that way you have plenty of room in the pot for it to expand without it getting stuck and not being able to grow any further, or if it's in a plastic, it will misshapen your pot. And I'm going to cover all of those pieces with just about a ½ inch of soil. Just enough to cover the top of the rhizomes, but when I water it, you still might be able to see some of the rhizomes. I don't want them too deep. I don't want them to rot. And I'm just going to give it a nice overhead spray. And then I'm going to cover the pot until it starts to push up some shoots, but I'm not going to water it again. As long as it's moist enough, it's fine. And remember, bright, bright light. Ginger does take a long time to grow. It can take about 11, 12 months before the plant has fully matured and starts to dry back. And that's about the time that you harvest the rhizomes. But I'm going to show you today how you really don't have to wait that long. You can start harvesting your ginger just a few months after you plant it, if you plant it right. And at the end of the video, I'm also going to show you how you can make delicious tea from your ginger at any time after the plant starts to get going. Hand-woven necessities, designed to last and made to be loved. They're stronger, more absorbent, and made for everyday luxury. If you haven't made the switch to hand-woven towels, this is definitely your signal. Now this little piece right here also gives you a good hint on how you can harvest early. So instead of waiting the full 12 months to have a big clump of these rhizomes to harvest, you can reach in between, and any place that there's a frond, if you follow it down, you're going to find a small bulb, and you can go right under the surface of the dirt and you can pluck off a piece of the ginger without having to remove the whole rhizome or kill the whole plant and harvest it all. You can, after 4-6 months or so, reach in and just harvest a piece of ginger. It's a great way to have a little bit of fresh ginger early without having to wait the full year, and it won't hurt the plant as long as you don't damage all the rest of the rhizome and the root structure for it. You want your ginger to be in a bright, sunny, warm location at all times. It needs a lot of sun. 12 to 14 hours a day is perfect. And as you can see, mine is right there. And it is a rainy day here, so there's not much sun outside of my sunroom. I do put it outside into my sunroom once it's sprouted and it's warm enough, but I do not put it outside on my deck or in my garden. And my reason for that is because it would get dried out too quickly and it would have to compete with a lot of wind. While it's true that wind will make plants stronger, it could also damage the fronds. They're not that strong. So let me just take this down so you can see it on the inside of it. There's some of the ginger rhizome. You can see one of them right there. And you can see right here, there's a plant coming up. These two have come up. There's another one here. They come up all over. The ferns are a little bit delicate and they grow up and then peel out. The leaves actually peel out from the stem. Stem grows up and then the leaves kind of fall away from it. You can see that here a little bit too. So I don't want to damage this at all in the wind. So that's why I leave it in the house. I do have the luxury of having this sunroom. It's basically a 3-sided greenhouse with a roof on it. So it stays warmer, it gets super sunny, but it is definitely protected. Now, all around my sunroom is glass right now, but in the summertime, we do remove a couple of these panels. I could change all the panels out for screening, but we really just change out 1 or 2 of them to keep it cooler in here, but it also keeps the plants protected. So this is a young, early growing ginger. And this will become huge over time. This will be 4, maybe even 5 feet tall and full of rhizomes. All right, that's how it'll look. This one is probably, let's see, I planted it in February and now it is the very beginning of May. That's how long it's taken to get here from there. So it doesn't hurt to soak your rhizomes before you plant them, just to help speed up the process. The ones that I showed you earlier are already budding out. Those will actually produce quicker too. So those other ones I just showed you are about to be put into a pot as well, so I can have a couple of pots going. But once you get to this stage, you just want to give it plenty of food, water, and lots of sun. And again, moist, not wet, because if it's wet, they will rot, and nobody wants that. Once the leaves get big and the plant fronds get tall, you can clip some of it to make for tea. I usually wait until the plant starts to die back and I'm going to harvest the ginger. Then I cut down all of the greenery and I chop it all up and dehydrate it for tea. But you can do it as you go along, as long as you don't take too many of the leaves. Remember, it needs photosynthesis to grow. So you do what you think is best. But again, I dehydrate it all at the end. The leaves are thin and strappy. They dehydrate early. You can dehydrate the stems as well, and they can all go right into tea. And right about the time that you can start harvesting leaves, that's about the time that the fresh young ginger, that you'll be able to harvest a few of them. You want to wait till those little baby gingers become, a ½ inch to an inch around to be able to harvest them. Otherwise, they're just too small. So it's best to let them grow out a little bit. But for the tea, just some honey, some really hot water. I let it steep for a little while, and it is really delicious. You could throw in some lemon slices too. Again, really delicious in tea. Ginger has so many wonderful uses in the kitchen, in our food, from dessert to soup, and it has medicinal purposes too. Don't sleep on this. Ginger's very easy to grow and absolutely something that you should try. And in my house, I keep 2 or 3 or 4 pots of ginger growing out all the time. And I don't think I've purchased ginger from the store in years. I've just been able to grow my own. There are plenty of ways to preserve it. You can dehydrate it, freeze dry it, freeze it whole and grate it into food. You can puree the ginger root and freeze it into ice cubes to use in larger amounts. It's just a wonderful, wonderful product to have. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Well, we talked about growing ginger at home. If you enjoyed this video, there's a video right here that I think you'll enjoy as well. And I will see you next time. Take care.